Hey Rope Droppers, Derek here. This week we are giving you a taste of one of our Patreon shows. Every week Doug and I record a special bonus episode for our Patreons. We'd love your support to help keep the show growing. And thank you to all of our current Patreons. To join this amazing community, visit our site patreon.com/ropedropradio or click the link in the show notes. Now, on to the bonus episode.
Helping you navigate the Disney parks.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
You're listening to Rope Drop Radio.
Welcome to a special Patreon episode of Rope Drop Radio. Derek and Doug here, and I am actually currently packing. Yeah. We just talked about our packing episode. We are getting ready for our 6-night Disney vacation. Be about 6 times in the park, because I'm going to go when we fly in, and then we have a full 4 days with the family, and then we're doing the water park, and then Mickey's Not So Scary as the very last thing before we fly out the following morning. Doug, you've done a few of those.
Done quite a few Mickey's Not So Scary. The first one, we weren't a matching family, and then we learned our lesson. And since then, we worked really hard to theme our family. Now, Derek, how is that going for you selecting costumes?
It's going wonderful. My kids are so awesome. We have a 7 and a 6-year-old who couldn't be any more different on what they want to be for Halloween and what we want to go as a family. It is getting past the ridiculous point, because now we can't even find things on Amazon Prime to be able to get here in time. Our Halloween store isn't open, and we're in, now I'm at the point where I'm paying my kids just so we can match. So Olivia wants to be Descendants. Declan wants to be the Fab Five. I think Madison at one point wanted to be Toy Story, but now she's on board with I was wanting to be DuckTales. And it's been a thing, and all the things are in Amazon, will buy soon type thing.
Yeah.
And now it's just
save for later.
Save for later. There you go. And now it's just too late because we've kind of missed the window on a lot of it. So we're trying right now to desperately plan the Fab Five. So Callum would go as Mickey, Olivia, Minnie, Declan, Goofy, and Donald. I'm Donald, and then Madison's Pluto. But it's just, it's a thing. Like my wife and daughter were up trying to find a Minnie Mouse thing that we would get in time.
So
not happening.
You just got to go with colored T-shirts and felt.
Yeah.
You just put the white polka dots on the red
Who has time for
shirt.
that, Doug?
I think you do it on the flight. I think that's where most people craft.
On the flight? Sounds great.
I think...
I'm sure the almost 2-year-old would love that. So it's one of the most frustrating things our family has ever dealt with, at the point where we actually had the debate, we're not going. We're not doing Mickey's Not So Scary.
So, and you went last year.
Yep.
And you did Incredibles, you matched, and I was like, okay, Derek, that's pretty generic. There's going to be 1,000 Incredibles. And then I saw what you're wearing, and you had the full-on muscles in the Incredible suit. And I was you're going to die.
Those are real muscles, Doug.
Okay, well, real muscles are hot, too.
They are hot. I know this because I have real muscles.
Will die of heat because it is hot in September. Now you know that it is hot in the air quotes fall. So you're taking that into consideration, and you had to convince Olivia that she would melt.
Yes.
Right?
So we were Olivia wanted to wear her Mal costume. She wore it last year. It was too big.
For those that don't know, Mal
from Melissa Descendants. Yep. Yeah. So it's actually, we had a heat wave today. So it's 100 heat wave of 105. So it was 93 degrees out.
And 105 heat index, yeah.
So we told Olivia, we're you can't wear your Mal costume. It's going to be way too hot. You're going to take it off halfway through. It's like being outside today. And she goes, oh, really? And she goes outside for about 45 minutes, running up and down in the backyard, standing there. My wife took some great Insta stories.
With it on, right?
With the costume on, just to prove a point. And, and then when we said, absolutely not, no one else wants to be Descendants, she cried for a good 30 minutes. She says it's in memory of Carlos because...
she knows the right things to say.
She does, yes. And the Descendants dance party is going to be happening at Mickey's Not So Scary, which I should not have told her that either. Fail. That's a fail. I know, Doug.
Did she Google up the new itinerary for Mickey's Not So Scary? Come on, Derek. You don't tell your children things.
I know. That was my fault on that. So we're still... I don't know at this point what we're going to go as. we will see. You'll see with us, and I don't know how much money it's going to cost me to get all my kids in matching.
Original Mouseketeers. You get a white T-shirt and write a name on it.
Yeah, we
did
that.
Day.
We actually did do that
Mail it
for Halloween when my kids were teeny tiny, before we even did this show.
How about a costume on your shirt? It just says
DuckTales, Doug. They have to wear each like red, green, blue, and a hat.
Simple.
That's it. Simple. That's what we want to do. I was going to
do it.
Scrooge McDuck. I was going to wear a top hat. Madison was going to wear a launch pad hat thing and a scarf. That was it. That's what I want to do. It's simple to the point.
And why is
I
that
can't
not
get the
happening?
kids on board. And what I don't want, Doug, is for us to be like 3 o'clock about to go to Mickey's Not So Scary, and I'm dealing with massive tantrums.
Oh, I was gonna say like, why do the kids have a vote? But you have a point. If you
Tantrums.
if
Doug.
they're mad about it, they wouldn't. Well, then I just leave them in the room.
Yep.
Just threaten that we'd always threaten the mean babysitter's gonna come. The mean babysitter never came. The kids but when they were that age, they were scared of this mean babysitter that always mentioned. They thought they lived in Florida too. So, and no, it kind of halfway worked.
Okay.
Tell them I have a babysitter that
Doug
we
has
had
a
once.
babysitter. Okay.
That was really mean to our kids. And if you don't get your costume on now, I'm going to the park and I'm calling the mean babysitter that the McKnights had.
Well,
And
I'm
Samantha
sure
and
that's
Alden
gonna
and
work
Claire are
great.
scarred. You got it. It's
Okay,
done.
I'm going to use
Check
that in my next.
DuckTales.
There we go. So, yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. I'm sure actually after I get done talking to you, I'm sure my wife and I are going to be probably up for another hour looking on Amazon for different things.
Go as Rope Drop Radio fans.
That's an easy one. We're doing that at Galaxy's Edge.
Okay, well, you got that one.
In fact, I
covered.
got to make sure the baby still fits in his...
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's
shirt.
probably not going to work out well.
Oh, we'll find out. Well, my wife tried to get rid of his Packers pajamas, and I said, no, these got to wear them for at least the season opener. And
Those are heirlooms.
Olivia wore them, Declan wore them, and now Callum wore them, and it's the first game they have to wear them. But, I mean, these things are like 18 months. Or no, not
He's a
even. They're
big
12
boy.
months, and he's a chunk.
Yeah,
So
it's-
they're like capris and a belly
He doesn't
shirt.
need to breathe, right?
No, sure not. So I'll squeeze them on. But yeah, we'll see what ends up happening for Mickey's Not So Scary. And I will be doing a special Patreon episode with my wife through it, so you guys can live vicariously through the ordeal that it hopefully is not. But it might be.
Well, it will be hot and crowded. I promise you.
I saw how crowded the first one was. I watched some of the vloggers and some of the blogs that I like to read.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah, hot and crowded. I
That
promise
was
you.
insane. People couldn't even get through like a third of what they offer.
Yeah.
It
I
makes
know
me
last
not.
year
I was annoyed last
you were
year.
expecting it to be like empty.
Yep.
And it's like, no, the parties are anything but empty.
I-
The wait times for the attractions are low, but that's not why you're there. That's the problem.
I don't know. They still waited in line for Splash and a few other things. But no, we're doing it differently this year, Doug. We learned we're not rope dropping Pirates. We do want to get to Pirates maybe because they did step up the game this year. But I think we're going to rope drop Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
At like
that's-
5?
Sure.
Get in line at
Get in
like
line.
5.
Yep.
Party starts at 7. Yeah.
And then, yeah, that's kind of going to be the big one. I do want to get to Space Mountain again. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, with the overlay thing?
Well,
Or the
it's just
pitch
completely
dark?
dark. Yeah, it's completely
That
dark.
sounds
and
horrible.
It was an experience I'll never forget, and I want to do it one more time because I still don't know if I liked it. It was an experience.
not-
You
I'm
can't
not
do
ever
it.
doing
You would
that,
die.
no.
I would have to use that EpiPen for no reason because you're not allergic to it. But yeah,
Yeah, when I got off Space Mountain at Disneyland this last time, Alex looked at me. I don't think he believed just how messed up I would be afterwards. I think he was kind of like, "Oh my gosh, that's for real." Because it was like, "I'm gonna sit down over here, guys." And just,
one day we will do something, Mission Space or I don't know. We'll figure Everest. One of those.
I think just going on Smuggler's Run with like Claire in the pilot seat should do me in.
Are you going to be okay on the Rise of the Resistance?
I hope so. We don't know much about it.
No.
It seems like a dark ride ish thing.
We'll find out. I cannot wait. December 5th. Are we going to go?
I don't know.
I
don't know.
doubt it.
I'm buying a house. Dang it.
Yeah, stop buying houses and going to Europe.
Happens. Yeah, that was a problem.
That happens. All right. Well, for sure, hopefully June of next year. We're still planning on that one.
Yeah,
and
we got to figure out when in June.
We will, and we will let all of our Patreons know because we would love it if you guys would join us.
Yes.
All right. Well, that is it. I got to go back to packing and planning, but thank you so much, each and every one of you, for supporting our show.